Welcome to the Streamer Shoutcast, the series where I do professional commentary over a game from some of your favorite streamers. This week, you're gonna have to not forget to hit that like button on this video, drop the subscribe, and be sure to drop that genius gang in the comments for your daily 15 IQ points. Because you guessed it, we are featuring the kid himself, Voyboy. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Sugar, that of course is Lola, and we are back with another League of Legends streamer shoutcast video, and I am very excited to be announcing that I am featuring in this video the man, the myth, the kid, the legend, Voyboy himself. Now, Voyboy is known worldwide as being one of the best League of Legends players and longest running League of Legends players that's ever really been around, starting back in 2010 on Rock Salad, then going over to Team Dignitas, Team Curse, Team Delta Fox. Voyboy has seen more competitive play than most people have ever played League of Legends. So very excited to see him playing Tristana. Now, we've got a very special game going on here because this is actually during the Clash tournament that just happened last weekend, and we are seeing Voyboy's patented Tristana mid, and I'm very curious to see if we're going to be seeing any type of Frozen Mallet Tech from the kid himself. But now, going into this a little bit, first of all, if you like these styles of videos, be sure to leave this video a like. Let me know also in the comment section below what other streamers you want me to feature in this series, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. We release 6 videos a week for your entertainment. So just gonna try to organize everything that we've got here. It looks like we have a Quinn top, center support, at least in the jungle. There we go. Now, just a couple things to talk about in terms of just Voyboy himself. He's currently 40% win rate in 20 games on Tristana, so, you know, he's been hit by the Season 10 bug that we've all been hit by. Currently Diamond 3 with 152 wins and 175 losses, which is a 46% win rating. And then in terms of his runes for this Tristana mid lane, in the Precision Tree, Press the Attack, Triumph, Alacrity, and Coup de Grace, with also Sorcery as the secondary tree with Nullifying Orb and Absolute Focus. And in terms of his rune stats, Attack Speed, Adaptive Force, and Magic Resistance. Now, a very cool thing in terms of this Clash game, just talking about who we've got in this game, up in the top lane, we have got Sanchovies versus this Quinn. In the jungle, we've got the famous Yasuo on Jungle Karthus versus their Elise. In the mid lane, we've got our boy Voyboy versus Fizz. And then in the bot lane, we've got Star Smitten and TSM's Broken Blade on Kalista. Now, Broken Blade, of course, being known for his top lane play on TSM, but this time we get to see him on Kalista in the bot lane. Now, Kalista is also kind of being known as a top lane champion now, but we actually are having our first gank of this game. Voyboy getting taken a lot of damage from this Elise, but is actually going to get first blood. Get the reset on his jump as well. Ignite is currently taken, but it's not going to be enough. It is actually going to be enough to kill him. Right now, Yasuo's trying to chase down this Elise, doing a lot of damage with those auto attacks, but he is running out of mana. But fortunately enough, he does have that blue buff, just trying to chase for as long as he can. He is going to dodge that cocoon. We got to go back to the action. He does end up picking up the kill, but we have got to see how that goes down. So I can't believe that the Elise got that flash off to kill Voyboy. It was such a nice play to just stand your ground and fight. But it looks like Yasuo is just chasing this Elise down. A great dodge on the cocoon, and just manages to once again get that Skittle down, get the E going, and that is going to be a kill and also an assist going in favor of Voyboy. So hitting that first blood and also getting an assist means that he ends up going back, picking up boots and a second Doran's Blade. Now, in terms of this game, just when you're kind of looking at it, if you haven't watched one of these streamer showcasts before, I am going to be focusing on Voyboy's play on Tristana just to see how he plays this. That way maybe you can emulate his strategies to try to climb in the solo queue ladder. But we are also going to take a look at what's going on in the rest of the map and see how everybody's doing. If there's a big play, we'll watch that because I like to see how the game develops overall. Now, up in the top lane, you've got, we actually should talk about the champions as well. Well, we kind of did. Set versus Quinn, though, going to be kind of tough. If Set gets to the Quinn, Quinn's going to be in a world of hurt. But Quinn is known for being a really harass-oriented range top lane champion. So Sanchovies is going to really have his work cut out for him trying to face that and not just get poked to death. In terms of the jungle Karthus versus Elise, very standard jungle picks, both kind of top tier junglers right now. But I'm curious to see how Yasuo ends up jungling because I don't really see a lot of Yasuo jungle. But The bot lane as well, Tom Kench Senna, very, very standard stuff. But Star Smitten on Yuumi plays an insane Yuumi, and I'm pretty sure that Broken Blade does play a decent amount of Kalista. So gonna be curious to see how the CS matches up versus these guys. But another Cocoon is gonna land on Sanchovi's currently at the top lane. An amazing double face breaker onto the Elise and the Quinn, followed by that W is gonna blow them up. That is insane amounts of damage coming from Sanchovi's on Set. That is what Set can do. He builds up that grid, he pulls you in and stuns you, and then lands a huge W to get the win. But it looks like the Exhaust is going to go down onto the Senna. He is going to get eaten. It looks like Broken Blade is going to go down. It looks like Star Smitten is just going to have to run for her life here, because I think we do still have the white health available on that Tom Kench, so no way a Yuumi is going to get through that. But it looks like Yasuo is here to maybe try to dive. Playful Trickster does have to be used, but it looks like Tristana is going to jump over. Voyboy is going to get that E down, and it is going to be enough. The explosive charge after a couple of auto attacks, of course, is just going to blow up and do an insane amount of damage. So you've already got Voyboy sitting at 2-1-1. So unfortunate that he died during that first gank, but he's already 2-1-1. And the thing is, whenever you're playing somebody like a Fizz, you are going to take a lot of harassment from ranged champions. And the more fed the ranged champion gets, the harder it is going to be for you to get any type of farm in this mid lane. So I'm very curious to see what Voyboy ends up building this game. Because, to be honest, there's not really a lot of tanks on this team, so I'm not entirely sure if something of Blade of the Ruined King is going to come out, but maybe going for something like the Frozen Mallet Tech that Voyboy is known for would be kind of cool to see this game, to maybe kite people around and continue to jump in on them. And now, I'm assuming that we are not seeing the the more Twigger-oriented off-meta pick of like a full AP Tristana. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing the more standard AD Tristana, and you can see that kind of by the fact that he's maxing up his explosive charge first, but we are getting a little bit of a fight here up in the top lane. The Set taking a lot of damage. The Ignite going down from the Quinn as well. He does have his ultimate available, so he could very well pile drive this Quinn in, but it looks like the repel coming in from the Elise. He is going to get pile driven, but it does not matter. Insane amount of percentage health damage afterwards with that Elise Q is going to be enough to secure the kill onto Sanchovi. So 4-3 currently, only 6 minutes into this game, but we got about a 500 gold lead in favor of Voyboy's blue side. And the first dragon that's available actually is an Infernal Dragon. So I'm assuming with people like a Karthus, with a Yuumi and a Kalista and Voyboy on Tristana, you know, Infernal Dragon with a little bit of additional damage probably is not going to be the worst thing for this team. So I'm going to be curious to see, because of course Karthus does take dragons very quickly, but also Elise takes dragons very, very quickly. So looks like Voyboy did go back, picked himself up a Hexdrinker. So kind of playing a little bit defensive, not going full aggressive, but looking to defend himself against that Fizz, who now has his ultimate available. And, you know, if that ultimate lands and Fizz tries to combo you, you know, you could very well die, but hopefully that couple hundred damage shield coming from the Hexdrinker is going to be enough to keep him alive. 160 damage over 5 seconds. So, you know, it's definitely enough to deal with like a Fizz Playful Trickster or a Q coming from the Fizz, so might just be enough to keep Voyboy alive for just that little bit longer. In terms of the mid lane, in terms of farm, 54-34. Now, this isn't uncommon. I also just realized I had that thing wrong, but Voyboy jumping in just trying to get some damage down. This is definitely not uncommon when you're playing against a Fizz, especially versus a ranged champion. As the Fizz, you've definitely got to sacrifice some farm, because if you don't sacrifice the farm, you're going to take so much harassment and you're just going to die a bunch of times. But it looks like the Elise is going to get caught out by Yasuo's Karthus, already doing like 50% of the HP. The flash coming down for Voyboy as well. The ultimate is going to get dodged by the repel, so that's pretty impressive. The ultimate going down from the Fizz onto the Tristana as well. The Playful Trickster coming up from Fizz, and it looks like everybody's going to get out of this one. A lot of damage going down onto the Quinn, though, flying back, and it looks like the Requiem from the Karthus is going to come down, and it's going to be enough to pick up a kill onto the Quinn. I don't really know what the Quinn was thinking there, just kind of flying through, but the Fizz is going to try to find a re-engage here. The Playful Trickster is going to come out. Voyboy does not have his flash available, and he does not have his jump available, and it doesn't really matter, because Sanchovi's does so much damage, ends up getting a kill onto the Elise, and Voyboy secures the kill onto the Fizz, getting his third kill, because the Requiem actually killed the Quinn there, but third kill of this game. Already has a 300 gold bounty, and Karthus has a 150 gold bounty, which is kind of terrifying this early in the game, because that's a lot of gold to give up at 8.5 minutes if they do get shut down. But by the way that this team is playing, I'm not entirely sure what that Quinn was thinking running in that way, but looks like Yasuo is going to find this Quinn. Level 6 to level 7, so Quinn is going to be taking a lot of damage from this Karthus, but it is not going to matter. He does end up going down, and that is a shutdown. 150 gold in favor of this Quinn, but those Skittles are landing. It looks like the pile driver is going to come in from the Set. Sanchovi is going to pick up a kill very, very easily and give the assist over to Yasuo, which is definitely a well-earned assist from Yasuo, but unfortunately, Quinn just does a lot of damage. She already has that serrated Dirk, already a little bit of lethality, so so cutting through that Karthus is not too hard at this point. Voyboy did go back to pick up his attack speed boots, the Berserker's Greaves, which makes perfect sense. If you're maxing your explosive charge first and then your Q second, you are looking to get those 4 stacks on your explosive charge as fast as humanly possible, and that's how you do it on Tristana. But looks like we do have a roam coming down here. I actually want to see how this happened, because it looks like the Senna actually took an insane amount of damage. So the ultimate came out, Senna did get picked up by the Tahm Kench, but a lot of damage coming down and the healing as well. The rend is just not enough to actually pick it up. It looks like the Elise just ends up repelling in, gets that percentage HP Q off, and that's going to be a death for Broken Blade, his second of this game. Unfortunately, Star Smitten just cannot save him, and Fizz is right now here, gonna get the damage off onto Star Smitten, but it's not gonna be enough. She can easily jump onto the Yasuo. The ultimate coming down from the Fizz is gonna be enough to hopefully make a kill, but it's not gonna be enough. Fizz is gonna have to flash away, but it's not gonna matter. Tristana is out here getting a double kill with the explosive charge onto the Senna and also the Elise, and now it looks like the Tahm Kench is just gonna stand there and accept his fate. Looks like they are going to give the kill over to Karthus for 1 and 4. It's one of those things that it's such a smart idea when somebody's just giving up entirely and letting your team have the kill. You've got to give that kill over to the person who it's going to mean the most on. And I'm sorry, Karthus is just one of those champions. You get as many kills on that guy as humanly possible, and then you just start one-shotting people with the ult. And now, we did mention before, the only real tank on this team is that Tahm Kench. Now, the thing about the Karthus here, and something that I haven't really talked about yet, is that the Karthus can get very, very fed and use his ultimate, of course, to do an insane amount of damage. But you've got Fizz, who can Playful Trickster out of the Karthus ultimate. You've got the Elise, who can repel out of the Karthus ultimate. And then I believe you can also eat somebody as Tahm Kench to get them out of the Karthus ultimate. So, you know, there's a lot of mechanics here on the enemy team to get away from that big Karthus damage that's going to be coming out. But, you know, from the way that things are currently playing out, I don't know how you can escape Yasuo's 4, 1, and 4 Karthus, because he doesn't even really need to ult. He just needs to stand in the middle of the team, potentially die, and continue doing damage. But looks like we do have another roam from the Fizz. We also did pick up a Bilgewater Cutlass as Voyboy Tristana, so looks like Blade of the Ruin King is the item path that he's going to be going for, but looks like Broken Blade does in fact have this warded, so he doesn't really have to worry about that one. Broken Blade also having a Bilgewater Cutlass himself, so we're going to have a lot of percentage health damage on this team, but we do have a gank going down onto Sanchovis. The Cocoon is going to miss. And now we've seen this fight before, people. It looks like a lot of damage going down onto the Elise. The Face Smasher's not going to land on both of them, so he's not going to get the stun. But the Karthus is going to get the ultimate down. Is it going to be enough? It is going to be enough to kill the Elise. So, you know, that's the best part about Karthus, is just you use your ultimate, and all of a sudden you were part of that team fight, which is fantastic. So we do have Voyboy currently on the hunt. It looks like she is just going to use her ultimate to try to get some movement speed here. Voyboy is going to try to find her. The alcove mechanics, are they here? Voyboy is going to find the Quinn, and Quinn is just going to have to start turning and fighting here. Lots of damage, but using the alcove to her advantage, but Karthus is now here as well. The Skittle's gonna land, and that is gonna be Voyboy's 6th kill of this game. Absolute insane communication here. It is unfortunate that Sanchovis died. If he had landed that double E on the Elise and the Quinn, I think we would have seen a rinse and repeat from the last gank that they did on him, where he ends up getting a kill and walking away unscathed. But fortunately enough for the Elise, he did manage to miss that, and they did end up picking up the kill, but it still ends up being a 2-for-1. And this is what I love about watching Clash games, especially at like a high ELO like this is. It's just so much communication, almost like watching like an LCS game, where there's just clearly a lot of communication going on, clearly good mechanics and rotations. It's so interesting. But it looks like the Yasuo actually did die. Sorry, not the Yasuo. Yasuo on Karthus ended up dying. He did go for this red seal, but it looks like a great Cocoon landed. Karthus is actually very close to being out of mana, and an insane amount of damage coming down from the Elise, getting those spiderlings down. Didn't end up killing them fast enough. The repel coming down as well, and Elise is gonna have to get out of this one. Does have the flash available, and is just gonna flash away from this Karthus. Unfortunately, Voyboy could not get there in time, because it would have been one auto attack, and that Elise would have been dead. So unfortunately enough for Yasuo, getting his second death of this game, and did actually go for an Oblivion Orb first, so curious to see what he's going to turn that into. But Voyboy once again finding this Quinn, but Quinn doing an insane amount of damage, of course, because of that blind, but so much damage coming out of Voyboy, absolutely annihilating the Quinn with that Buster Shot, and also the explosive charge, blowing her up. So she came back from the fountain, and Voyboy sent her right back. He just said, "Not today, Quinn." So now we're back in this bot lane, trying to see how this Seta and Tahm Kench can fare with Broken Blade and Star Smitten. And it looks like Star Smitten actually went immediately for an Ardent Censer, which I think is incredibly smart. There's other things, of course, you can go like Chalice of Harmony into Redemption and things like that on a Yuumi, but going for that Ardent Censer just means that Broken Blade is going to be gigantic on this Kalista. But talking about the Kalista, we do have the Elise down here clearing out the ward, not going to look for anything, but Elise is the queen of the turret dive. So curious to see if they're going to go for something like that, but it looks like she was just going to try to take the Krugs away from this blue side. And it looks like the first turret of the game, actually the second turret, Voyboy actually cleared up the first turret of the game up in that top side. But it looks like Star Smitten is going to get onto the Callista here. A lot of damage coming down from that, of course, the W from the center. The repel is going to come down. So it looks like the turret dive is currently happening. Tom Catch is currently just taking this entire thing up. But Broken Blade does kind of want this. It is going to be a feast onto this, at least just to get her out of this one. So kind of a failed turret dive there. It's a great amount of damage and a good attempt. But unfortunately, you know, when the spears from Callista start getting into you, you know, that rend becomes a real issue, so I think they just didn't want to risk it. But we do now have Voyboy sitting on his first completed item this game, getting the Blade of the Rune King. I mean, like, Hex Drinker is kind of a completed, but, you know, it's the Maw that's a completed item. So, we're now looking at Voyboy sitting very, very pretty with that Blade of the Rune King. Now, Yasuo does have the Rift Herald currently on his person, but Voyboy is currently looking for blood, trying to find this Fizz. He is probably going to find it, but Fizz is currently just running away. It looks like Quinn is going to find this Karthus. A great dodge onto the Quinn Q. It is going to be a traded kill. So Karthus going down, but Quinn going down as well. But Karthus did manage to get that Rift Herald down. Now, the only issue with this is that the Rift Herald wasn't put down early enough. I'm not entirely sure when Karthus did end up picking up that Rift Herald, but the Rift Herald went down after the plates had already been taken down, so you don't get that big chunk of gold going into favor of somebody like Voyboy or the Karthus, but still an insane amount of damage going down onto that turret, so that is now a freebie for whenever. I think if Voyboy gets his 4 stacks of the explosive charge onto that turret, that will probably fall, sitting at about 1,000 HP, but it looks like right now we do have the grouping up. Sanchovis is actually going to fight this Elise. The pile driver is going to come down. Does he have his W available? The grit is available, but not actually going to be enough here. Elise is trying to chase this one down, trying to get the W down, and it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough. Yes, the Karthus is going to get a kill onto the Elise, and Sanchovis right now is just taking on so many people, but he is finally going to drop. But now you have Voyboy with Starsman, the ultimate coming down from Starsman as well, doing a lot of damage and locking everybody down, but it looks like the invisibility from the Senna is going to keep her alive for a little bit. The Voyboy is going to tank that W from Senna as well, but it looks like the Yuumi is going to miss that Callista ultimate. Can't currently get into anybody else because she was CC'd and just came out of somebody initially, but it looks like right now everybody's just trying to kite away from the Tom Catch. A lot of slows coming down onto the Voyboy as well, and the W landing from the Senna is going to be a shutdown on Voyboy. I think it was about 700 gold now going in favor of this Quinn, who's currently 5, 6, and 2, but that is exactly what Quinn needed. Looks like the ultimate coming down from the Fizz onto Yasuo's Karthus. He's going to take a lot of damage, and it looks like the Tom Kench is going to be the one to shut down that Yasuo's Karthus, but man, that was the exact swing that the blue side did not want to see. They had a huge lead this game, but now it's 17 to 12, 28.1k to 30k. It's just a 2,000, less than a 2,000 gold lead in favor of this blue side. Considering they were doing so well, they just gave up so many shutdowns and also a Cloud Dragon to this red side. So this game, people, is far from being over. But you know, you've got some current LCS players, some ex-retired LCS players, really, really strong streamers who are challenger, diamond at bare minimum. So, you know, this is definitely a high ELO clash game. So, very excited to see how these teams end up adapting to kind of like the mid to late game. Looks like Voyboy did go back and picked up that Jorm's Fist. I am 90% sure that Jorm's Fist builds into a Frozen Mallet. I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that that actually builds into Frozen Mallet. So I'd be very, very excited if we get to cast a game with Voyboy doing his patented Frozen Mallet tech. It's exactly what you need to see in a game like this. So in terms of now how these teams are grouping, they've got a lot of wards down. 17 minutes in, so Baron still is not an option. The Dragon did just go down. So right now I think all these teams are currently looking for is just to get good ward control. Karthus is going to find the Tom Catch, doing a great job of dodging the Senna W and also the Tom Catch Q, but is going to find the Fizz and also the Tom Catch, doing a lot of damage, and that is going to be a dead Yasuo here. He does have his ultimate available, is going to use it, I believe? No, it looks like it's actually not available, but here comes Sanchovis, gets a huge jump onto that, the Tom Catch. It looks like Voyboy jumping in from the other side. He's going to get a kill onto that Senna, going to get the jump reset, going to get a double kill onto the Tom Catch. He's doing so much damage with another jump. Callista, Broken Blade is going to pick up that Quinn as well. Jumping as well is going to be Voyboy coming back in, the exhaust going down onto the Elise, getting that Buster Shot, getting a triple kill, but it looks like Fizz is going to get away over that wall with the Playful Trickster, and Voyboy just putting in that cheeky little bumblebee emote just to let them know that, you know, he floats like a butterfly, but he stings like a bee. So great plays coming from, you know, I'm going to call it a masterful bait coming from Yasuo. You know, he knew that he was going to die, but he baited the entire enemy team in, and that ended up being 4 kills for 1. So, you know, I'm just going to call it high-level bait mechanics coming out of Yasuo's Karthus to end up setting up Voyboy for his 10th kill of the game. Unfortunately, I think, yeah, oh, he did end up cleaning it up. He jumped over the wall and didn't get the kill onto the red buff, but fortunately enough, the red buff just hadn't reset, so he ends up getting the last auto attack to get the red buff stolen from the red side. So very, very nicely done from this blue side, and that's the exact fight that you needed to see. Was that just extended their lead, almost a 4,000 gold lead now in favor of this blue side. And Voyboy, once again, he did build the Frozen Mallet, my boy! We get to see the Frozen Mallet Tristana Tech out of Voyboy, which is so sick. So, not an item that you see very often unless you watch Voyboy's videos, which I definitely recommend that you should, but Frozen Mallet, 700 health, making him good and tanky, 30 attack damage, and then you slow the target with your auto attacks by 20%. With Tristana, of course, having that insanely long range, getting a 20% slow from an auto attack is absolutely nuts. So I'm curious to see. Voyboy is going to jump and go very aggressive onto this Quinn. The Q is going to land, so it's going to stop the auto attacks from coming out, but Quinn is just going to have to run. The explosive charge going to do so much damage. I don't know how long they have, but there's the Requiem from Yasuo. Boom! And that is going to be a free kill. I think Yasuo just kind of hangs up his hat there and goes, "Thank you, Voyboy, for all the hard work. I will be taking that." And that is just exactly what you love to see. When somebody can just chase people down and do a lot of damage, and then Yasuo, I keep on saying Yasuo, it is Yasuo, but he's playing Karthus. Karthus just has to ult, and that is going to be a free kill for him, which is absolutely insane. So everybody currently playing great here. 3, 4, and 5 to the Sanchovis, which, to be honest, is amazing considering how many ganks he got from that Elise early on, and also going up against a not really favorable matchup in that Quinn. 8, 5, and 8, 126 to 105 in favor of Yasuo's Karthus, which is amazing as well, because you don't really see him jungle too often, so clearly doing a great job on that Karthus. 10, 2, and 5 with 155 CS to the 108 of the Fizz, so Voyboy really showing up for his team here. But in the bot lane, you know, Broken Blade ended up having a pretty hard time against that Senna and the Tahm Kench, but still sitting at 1, 2, and 2 with 128 CS. Definitely not that bad. We do have the fasting Senna build here, so Tahm Kench is picking up all that CS, sorry. And it looks like the jump coming down from the Voyboy, and that's going to be his rampage. An amazing Star-Smitten ultimate coming down from that. Yumi's going to lock the Tahm Kench out for a little bit, and right now they are just trying to run away for their lives. The Quinn is here for backup, but great repel onto that Blast Cone is going to get the Elise to safety. Broken Blade is just trying to chase everybody down here. Don't know if he's going to want to jump over this wall yet, but unfortunately, if that Broken Blade decides to make a chase, Star-Smitten is going with him, but Yasuo is going to get healed up by Star-Smitten as well. Yumi keeping him alive for just a little bit longer. Right now, Voyboy is just trying to take down this turret, and a great little kind of block on that Cocoon onto the Broken Blade, but looks like Quinn just did jump in with that vault, taking a little bit of damage. I don't think that's exactly what the Quinn wanted to have happen there, but did take a little bit of damage, and it looks like everybody is now going to run away from this fight, just kind of call it a day. And they are pinging for the Baron, but I'm not entirely sure if they're going to want to do that quite yet. However, their team is insanely good. Look at the slows coming down from Voyboy with that Frozen Mallet. Is going to get the damage out, and a huge amount of damage coming down from the Buster Shot and also the Satchel Charge from Voyboy. It's now jumping absolutely out of his mind, going insane with the jump resets. Going to try to get the kill onto the Elise to get his reset as well, but he is not going to get the resets. He did end up getting the kill, but unfortunately he did end up dying after being unstoppable. So once again, pretty big shutdown going in favor of that red side off of Voyboy. But you know what? Sometimes giving up a shutdown is really not that bad of a thing when you take down 4 people of the enemy team, which now opens up an inhibitor turret and also potentially getting the first inhibitor of this game. And it looks like Yasuo taking a lot of damage. Playful Trickster is going to be enough to finish that one off. And Star-Smitten is going to get shielded up and going to get back in onto the Kalista to save her soul. But very, very nicely played. And that is going to be the first inhibitor of this game going in favor of the blue side. And Sanchovis wasn't even there during the fight. So a huge, strong member of that the blue side was not there. But it looks like Broken Blade is going to do a lot of damage to the Quinn. And unfortunately, the Yumi is going to go down as well to the center. That's a double kill. And they didn't end up getting the inhibitor. 191 damage is what that inhibitor was at. One more auto attack from Kalista would have been enough, but unfortunately it was just not meant to be. So Voyboy went back. He did pick up a BF sword, so I'm not entirely sure what he's going to turn that into. Could very well be an Infinity Edge, could be a Blood Thirster for all we know. I'm just going to have to wait to see how this game pans out to see what he's going to build, but we are just constantly extending this gold lead. Voyboy is also going to pick up this red buff, and it looks like right now the red side is looking towards this dragon. No contest here from the blue side because everybody kind of died. But, you know, it just goes to show how good this team is because Sanchovis was split pushing that entire time. And the blue side still managed to kill 4 people, push down an inhibitor turret, and nearly get the inhibitor off of all that. So, you know, when these people all group up together, you've got a fed Karthus and a fed Tristana, and that's kind of all you need, especially when you get a Yuumi on them to then speed them up, buff them up, because of course you've got the Ardent Sensor on the Yuumi. If Yuumi gets onto this Tristana, who's insanely fed, Voyboy is just going to absolutely decimate the health bars of this red side. But looks like the red side is currently just coming in to try to do some ward scouting on this Baron. The, Quinn going down immediately from that Karthus ultimate. A lot of damage going down onto the center as well. The repel was used by the Elise, of course, to dodge that damage. Voyboy is just trying to run away from this one a little bit, but it looks like the enemy team is currently being chased down by this Yuumi. A great ultimate from Yuumi as well. Gonna lock down this Tom Kench. It looks like the Gargoyle Stone Plate was used, but Voyboy jumping in now after getting a kill onto the Elise. The Buster Shot is gonna go down onto the center. She is gonna get eaten up, defending her for just now, but there is no escape from Voyboy's Tristana. That is gonna be a double kill in favor of Voyboy, and Fizz is currently running for his life, but it doesn't look like Voyboy's team wants anything to do with Baron or chasing the Fizz. They have got the base in their sights, and they want to end this game. It is, of course, Clash, where the clout that you get from this is insane. So they don't want to chase, they want to win. So it looks like they are going to go for the win here. Currently, the Fizz and the Quinn are both alive, but to be honest, you're seeing the amount of damage that Voyboy is doing to these turrets. They are going to jump in on that Quinn, and that is going to be a very free kill. It looks like Tristana and Karthus picking up the kill on that one. Fizz is going to jump in with his Playful Trickster, but it is not going to be enough. Karthus picking up his 15th kill of this game. Currently the kill leader on the team. I don't think Voyboy feels very good about that. Probably wants to get another kill under his belt before this Karthus ends up beating his score. But looks like the damage coming down. He's going to get his 16th kill of the game, and Tristana Voyboy is going to go down, going too close to that fountain. Is going to be his death. Amazing game played by this team in the Clash, and they are just constantly picking up these kills, trying to do as much as they can to pad those KDAs, but that is going to be the end of the game. 38-21 in favor of this blue side, and Voyboy Tristana going 14-4-13. Amazing Clash game played by Voyboy and his team, but let's go break down all of the stats in the end game screen. Voyboy absolutely killed it this game, ending off at 14 kills, 4 deaths, and 13 assists with 172 CS at 24.5 minutes. And the most impressive thing about this game is that even without a full damage build on Tristana, Voyboy still managed to deal 27,023 damage this game, which is just about 3,000 damage short of Yasuo's very fed Karthus. I hope you all enjoyed this commentary on Voyboy's patented Frozen Mallet Tech Tristana mid. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more commentaries. Remember, we do the Streamer Shoutcast every week, so be sure to let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see featured next. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.